Good morning. It's Friday the 12th of January 2018. A warm welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk. Did you see my little face pop up this morning? Right at the beginning of the countdown, I hit the wrong button and my face popped up far too early. I was looking very serious. Very serious, because when that's happening, I'm looking at everything to see that everything's all right, and I'm looking very serious. Very, very serious, yes. Not that this is a serious show, although perhaps it should become, because I've seen some very serious news in the newspaper already this morning. In this morning's Super Soaraway Daily Mirror. Here, this is very important, a shopper has said she will not buy a Cadbury's cream egg this year after claiming she spotted a member of staff in Sainsbury's opening and then resealing the chocolate treat. Now I wonder how many times this goes on. Do we have people working in supermarkets all around the world, whether it's Tesco's here in the UK or Target or Target in the US, or Coles in Australia, are members of staff walking around under in chocolate bars, having a quick lick, and then putting the paper back on again. Terrible. The story continues in this morning's Daily Mirror. Cadbury's has launched a white chocolate cream egg. Now, I've heard about this. Cadbury's have launched a white chocolate cream egg this year, which could mean the finder wins a prize. There's a prize where the size is white. Yes, they are believed to be 371 white eggs in the shops, and Cadbury's is offering cash prizes worth up to £1,000. £1,000 if you find a white one. I think it's racist. I think it's racism at its worst, boys and girls. Why is there not prizes for having the brown ones? Because I'm telling you now, I'd rather have a brown one. It's true. Once you go and brown... No, it doesn't matter. Yes, I think Cadbury's cream eggs have become racist. That is it. I will talk to my black friends all over the world, and we will need to start a protest about this. Because you know someone will, won't you? You know someone will. However, the competition has led to one woman deciding not to buy them after saying she saw a supermarket worker unwrapping the eggs to try and find the white ones. Now, I've seen these stories all week, actually, about people complaining that their eggs don't look like they've been wrapped properly. Well, people are unwrapping them and trying to find the white one. Emma Stanton visited her local Sainsbury's in Nottinghamshire on Sunday, just last week, when she said she saw a worker carefully opening the egg before wrapping them back up again. She told the Nottingham Post she asked what the worker was doing and claims the worker said they had been given permission to check. That's outrageous. I bet they haven't. She says, not only is this wrong, it's unhygienic. You tell me it is, my love. Unhygienic. Very unhygienic. I love cream eggs, but I do believe this problem has caused issues and maybe would have been better if the chocolate was in sealed wrappers. I have to say, sealed wrappers, certainly. Don't you find like a Quality Street now come in these little sealed wrappers, and they're a lot easier to open, aren't they? You know when you get one of those Cadbury's cream eggs and that metal, and you're picking away at, and it's broken again, and you get a bit of chocolate under your fingernail, along with everything else that's under your fingernail, which has then infected. I like that word. Infected. I was infected years ago, dear. In fact, this had been infected into the chocolate from your dirty, disgusting fingernails. Awful. They would be better in a little, you know, what they do, the Quality Street. Or is it the Quality Street and the Roses now? They're like I don't know what it is. I don't think it's not foil. It's like a plastic thing. And it's like sealed at the top, sealed at the bottom, and covers the whole suite. Obviously a machine doing that. I cannot believe there's a small lady or man in another country, you know, sealing it, each sweetie personally. They're not handmade, are they, Quality Street? There's nothing wrong with them. I personally prefer Roses. Oh yes, the orange creams. Or the strawberry creams. Very, very tasty. And not a white one in there at all, love. Not that. Rose's chocolates are racist against white people. There are no white ones. That's outrageous. Someone form a group quickly, a Facebook group, quickly now. It goes on. This year, I won't be purchasing, this is in the Daily Mirror this morning, this year I won't be purchasing eggs for me and my family. It was a great idea, but people just ruin it for everyone else. Sainsbury's was contacted for comment, and a spokeswoman said it was spokeswoman, sexist. It should say spokesperson. You see how I turn all this politically correct nonsense upside down and shake it on its head? You should do the same. We have enough of these snowflakes, Lovey. Enough. I came across a snowflake the other day, didn't I? Did I tell you about that yesterday or not? I can't remember. Someone at the quiz. We were talking. Yes, I did tell you about it yesterday, didn't I? I did tell you about it yesterday. You're wondering what it was now, wasn't you? You'll have to look at yesterday's show and find out. Easiest way to find an old show, okay? Go on YouTube, type in United Kingdom Talk. What was yesterday? Thursday, the 11th of January 2018, and you'll find it there. Comes up at the top. It's easier than sifting through all the Facebook stuff. But Sainsbury's have not commented yet. They are at this moment checking underneath the fingernails of people that work in their Nottingham store. They don't know it's going to happen. Those of you that haven't had a shower this morning or last night after work are going to be in serious trouble. You will be taken and dragged into the office and beaten into submission until you hand over your fingernails. Fingernails will be cut off carefully and placed underneath a microscope at Sainsbury's headquarters, where you will be searched, where they will be examined for small pieces of Cadbury's chocolate from the eggs. Yes, be very, very careful. And talking of Facebook, there's another news story this morning. Facebook is planning major changes to news feeds. Now, I don't know if it's going to be good or bad, really. But what they're saying on the BBC website this morning, Facebook is to change how its news... Now, my chair keeps falling down today. Why is this? One moment, please. Oh, I see the bit of wood's moved. Can I just move something? Just a second. Because it keeps falling off the wood. 1 minute, man. It's all bits and pieces in here. The wood has moved. I didn't think that would happen. Hang on a minute. That's better. I've got a big piece of wood on the carpet now. Because before I had carpet over carpet and it could just kept riding up on itself. It was most annoying. That's better. That's better. We can wheel around now, you see. But the wood's moving as well. I don't know what the answer is. Facebook. Perhaps I could have one of those wooden floors in here. You know, the what's that called? The block floors. Don't know if that would be any good, would it? But with wheels on it, though, it might damage the floor, mightn't it? Facebook is on the BBC website. Facebook is to change how its news feed works, making posts from businesses, brands and media less prominent. Thank God for that. Oh, the endless adverts that we have to sift through all the time. And it's the same ones that come up time and time again, isn't it? Let's have a look. See what adverts I've got on my Facebook this morning. I'm bring up though. Just click on Facebook. Here we go. Cadbury, United Kingdom. Easy to use home internet page. No, not interested in that. Move down a little bit further. Vodafone UK. I keep seeing that one all the time. I'm sick of it. There we are. And it's just like every few. Netflix advertising Black Mirror. I don't know if anyone's seen Black Mirror on Netflix. What a load of old rubbish that is. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. No, Black Mirror, that's advertised. Scroll down a bit further. What's the next ad? There we are. Moneysupermarket.com. So in the space of 10 seconds, I've seen endless ads and it goes on and on and on. I'm sick to death of seeing them, aren't you? Anyway, Facebook are changing the way they do it. Look at this. Instead, content that sparks conversations. That could be this show. Am I content that sparks conversations? That's what I'm asking you this morning. Am I? Content that sparks conversations with family and friends who use the site will be emphasised. I'm going to be emphasised. What does that mean? Will I be emphasised? Does that mean there will be a line underneath me? A red line? Like they used to have on MAGPIE. Anyone remember MAGPIE? MAGPIE. One for silver and 2 for gold. 3 for a girl and 4 for... One for... I can't remember the words. How awful. It goes on. Organisers on Facebook may see the popularity of their posts decrease. Oh no, hang on. Organisations. I'm not an organisation, am I? I'm just some sad old soul sitting in a little room talking to himself and you a few times a week. Huh? Organisations on Facebook may see the popularity of their posts decrease. As a result, the firm acknowledged. The changes will take effect over the coming weeks. Oh, do you think my programme will be inserted where the ads are? Is that what's going to happen? We've gotten feedback from our community that public content, posts from businesses, brands and media, is crowding out the personal moments that lead us to connect more with each other. We need more connections. I'm desperate for a connection somewhere. It's been so long. I'm desperate for a physical connection. Are you as well? Are you as well? We're desperate people here in the United Kingdom Talk Television Studios. We are. He said that him and his team felt a responsibility to make Facebook was a good for people's well-being. If public content is to be promoted, it will have to be seen to encourage community interaction. I encourage that. Community interaction. In fact, in a moment, I'm going to read your messages. How exciting is that? Possibly the most exciting part of your day is to hear me read out your name. Are you excited? You are, right? I can tell you're excited this morning. I'm excited. Oh, by making these changes, I expect the time people spend on Facebook and some measurements of engagement will go down. I doubt that. Don't worry about that little old Mark, darling. I'll just do longer shows for you. I'll do longer shows. Huh? We do try and restrict the time to about half an hour. We've done 12 minutes so far. I also expect the time you spend on Facebook will be more valuable. I intend to make it as valuable as is possible to each and every one of you this morning. I really do. Right then, message time, boys and girls, and I should tell you about my little day yesterday. Good morning to Lusakatan, who says, I'm a Quality Street man myself. Quality Street, or... I think my favourite Quality Street, again, you've got the orange and strawberry creams in there, haven't you? And I like the fudge ones. I think in the Quality Street, the fudge one is a long gold one, isn't it? Isn't it a long square gold one? The fudge in Quality Street. Oh, yes, I love it. Although I did restrict myself over the whole Christmas period to just 10 Roses chocolates. That's all I had. Just 10. That's it. I weren't going to have none. Not over Christmas. Come on. We might be on Slimmer's World, but we have a little treat now and again, as I did yesterday, which I'll tell you about in a moment. Let's go then. Good morning to Diane Jebb, who gets the first message in this morning. Very pleased you're on the board this morning. Good morning, Diane. Danny Clemens is here. Are you back in the UK, Danny? Are you coming along to the karaoke soon, dear? Chop, chop, love. Come on, chop, chop. Get down to the karaoke. Richard Leedham, good morning to you in Australia. I got a bit of Australian news in my inbox this morning because I kept in contact with a few people on Norfolk Island, Richard. I don't know if you've ever been there. And apparently Air New Zealand have stopped flying between Norfolk Island and New Zealand. And there's only one reason you do that, is because you're either not making any money at all or making a loss. Of course, there's people on Norfolk Island, oh, you haven't supported us. Well, they did, but no one got on the plane. You know, it's not their fault. The people are so quick to complain and moan to a company, oh, it's all your fault. No, it isn't. You didn't get on the plane. Not enough. How many times did the people complaining get on the plane that went to New Zealand and back? You know, it's got to run as a business. If you charge too much, they won't get on it anyway. So presumably they couldn't make it viable, really. Good morning to Adam the plumber. Hello to Thea. Richard says, here, Chris, US President Donald Trump said he won't travel to London. Yes, apparently so. He can't afford the plane ticket. I heard that Donald Trump has run out of money and he can't afford the plane ticket to come over here. What a shame, too bad, never mind. Huh? He thinks, or he said, that he thinks the move from London's, and I don't understand why they've done this, London's prestigious Mayfair. Okay, that is probably the most expensive postcode in London. Mayfair. They're moving from Mayfair to one of the dumps of London. I know it as a dump anyway, called Vauxhall. It's dirty. It's grimy. There's some dodgy people hanging around there. And that's where they want to put the new American embassy. I don't get it. Why would you move from Mayfair to Vauxhall? What a stupid idea. I mean, it really is. Awful place. Good morning to Mark Jones. Kevin Webster's there. Morning, Kevin. Good morning to our Arabic friend there. I'm really someone in Iraq. I'm sorry, but your name comes up as Iraqi writing. So perhaps, I wonder if you could put your name in English and I'd be able to read it out. I'm really sorry, I can't speak Arabic. Is it Arabic you speak, or is it Iraqic or something like that? I don't know. Probably Arabic. If you write down your name, I'll happily read it out for you, but in English side of letters instead of Arabic. I can't read that. I don't know how to say it. All right. But good morning to you, sir. Morning to Oliver. Where have you been, dear? Haven't seen you for a while. Facebook advertising doesn't work. It's a waste of money. Oh, I think it is as well. I think it is. Oliver says, this is my Facebook moment. I'm soon to be, what was the word? Prominent. I'm soon to have a red line underneath all the shows. This is my moment. Good morning, Adam, who's been told off by his dad. It weren't me that reported you for that post. Adam puts some very, very rude posts up. He really does. He said he's laid in bed with a mug of green tea and honey. Oh, that's not tea, dear. Green tea? Have a proper cup of tea. Don't start mucking around with all that perfume stuff and all the bloomin', what's it called? Fruit infusion tea. What a load of old crap that is. Get yourself a proper cup of black tea, dear. Black. English breakfast black tea. Yes. What's he having? Green tea and honey and an Edam cheese with gherkin sandwich and packet of cheese houlottes. For breakfast? How can you eat gherkins for breakfast? Oh, that's ghastly. Awful, dear. Is that like from some other country or something like that? You know, I don't know. Do they do that in, I don't know, in outer Mongolia? Or is that, are you on an outer Mongolian diet this morning or something? Huh? Good morning to Yogendra. Good morning to you. What a lovely name, Yogendra. That's a lovely name. Good morning to you, sir. Morning to Ray Reynolds. Morning, Ray. Adam's had flu for 5 days. Bird flu. Well, fly out the window then, love. Fly out the window if you want, but if you've got bird flu, you need to fly it off. Fly it off to get it. Oh, forget it. There we are. Morning. Heidi says, 1 for sorrow. Thank you, Heidi. 1 for sorrow and 2 for joy. 3 for a girl and 4 for a boy. 5 for silver and 6 for gold. 7 to a secret never to be told. Magpie. A lot of people say ITV bought in Magpie. As a sort of answer to the BBC's Blue Peter. But they weren't the same at all. I mean, they really weren't the same, were they? I worked with Tommy Boyd for a while on Play Radio, which was down south. That's got to be about 4 or 5 years ago. What a nice man, Tommy Boyd. Really full of help. What's the word? Of, when you say, oh, yeah, you're very good at this, raising you up. Because I actually have a very low opinion of myself. That's the absolute truth. That is, I have a very low opinion of myself. And, your mum lifts you up and certain people in your life lift you up. You say, oh, you're quite good at that or whatever. And, no, I'm not. I'm really, really not. And the trouble with me, I don't listen to people A lot of the time I don't listen to people when they say, oh, you're very good at that, or you're whatever. And I don't, it goes in one ear and out the other, I'm afraid. But Tommy Boyd was very, he kind of lifted the whole thing up, which was very nice. I was doing some radio with him down on the south coast somewhere. I can't remember where it was now. Had to go down the M3. Wasn't as far as Bournemouth though. Wasn't as far as that. Can't remember exactly where it was now. Play radio. Oliver, thank you, Oliver. Perhaps are you married or anything like that, Oliver? Perhaps you'd like me to come and sing at your wedding. Would you like that? What would you like me to sing? Endless Love's a good one at weddings. You're my love, there's only you in my life. Yes. Chicken noodle soup. Okay, that's what you need to have. Adam, are you Jewish? Are you Jewish? If not, find a Jewish lady. She will make you chicken soup. That's what all the Jewish people have. Chicken soup. Yes. Okay? Just find some. I can probably point you in the right direction. My mate's Jewish. My mate Ronnie's Jewish. His mum might make you some. Do you want me to have a word with her? I don't know how much she charge you, dear. No cup of soup. Oh, just powder, dear. Powder, no. Proper chicken soup with dead chickens. Dead chicken, hopefully not moving still. Good morning to Paul Dow. Paul's on the Slimmers World. He's lost another £2 this week. Well done, Paul. There's an awful lot of people on the Slimmers World at the moment, isn't there? Which is excellent. Lemon tea? No, Paul. No lemon tea. Black tea only. Black tea only. Ah, Adam's dad is Jewish. Oh, well, he must know some Jewish ladies. Come on, sort it out. Good morning to Yassine. Good morning, Yassine. Welcome to the show. I'm invited to his wedding. Well, I'm happy to come. Whereabouts is it? Have you got a date yet? What sort of wedding are you? What sort of wedding do you do? Now, where are you from? I do any wedding, whatever religion, whatever race, doesn't bother me. As long as there's nice food for vegetarians like myself and maybe one glass of champagne, I don't overdo it, I will appear at your wedding. Thank you very much. Good morning. You never hear of Irishmen going to Slimmers World. No, I think you're quite right there. I don't know any Irish people that go to Slimmers World. Well, I've got a little bit of Irish in me. Yes, I have. My nan was from Cork. My nan was a Ryan. She was a Ryan, you see. Nothing to do with Ryanair. I just want to point that out. Thank you very much. Stop that, Adam. Stop that, Adam. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Vegetarian, Danish vegetarians as well. That's good news, Danny. No dead animals pass our lips, do they? So, yesterday, good morning, Ants. How was Mousetrap? You have to watch the show, Ants. Didn't you watch the show, dear? A few nights ago, just scroll down through the Facebook list there and you'll see the Mousetrap video. I bought another load of games yesterday. I'll show them to you maybe on the show tomorrow, okay? All right. Oh, yes, Yassine said there'd be a lot of food. Lovely. And we could sit all together and have a good old chat and put the world to rights, eh? That sounds good to me. Good. So, yesterday, I went for an afternoon tea, which was very nice. Very nice indeed. It was on a boat. It was on City Cruises boat. And we left the house. The boat booking was for 3:15. We're supposed to be on the boat about 3:15 in the afternoon. So we left the house about 1 o'clock. My mate drove in because he's got a disabled badge because of his back and all that. And he always says, oh, I won't have trouble parking. Well, we did. We did have trouble parking. And then we had a bit of a walk down to the boat. And I honestly thought we'd miss it. But, I was really calm and cool and collected about that. Because when my mate's driving, I'm kind of used to him rushing from place to place all the time. He'll time something and not leave any space for errors. So if he fires up his little sat-nav and it says it's going to be an hour to get somewhere, he will give it an hour. Whereas I would give it an hour and a half. Okay, that's just how we're just different in that way. But I'd already worked that out in my head. So I'd already built in, it wasn't actually half an hour, I'd already built in about 20 minutes leeway and not told him. That's how you have to do it. If you've got a timed appointment somewhere, I've now worked out I have to lie to my mate to make sure that we get there on time. You probably know people like that, do you? Huh? So we left the house, got there, and then we eventually parked the car. We found a disabled spot to park the car, and walked very quickly to the boat, and we got onto the boat. So it was at Tower Pier, and you get on the pier, and it's right next to the Tower of London. So beautiful buildings and all that around there. And Tower Bridge you've got on the Thames there. So we got on the boat and sat down, and off the boat went. They don't shake a lot, don't they, boats, when they're first taken off? But like that. And all the plates and cups were rattling away. And we sat there, and the sandwiches came, and the tea came. The tea and sandwiches, they were certainly edible. They were okay. They weren't as nice as the sandwiches and tea that we've had in all the hotels that we've done afternoon tea in. But then again, I don't think we expected them to be sort of at that quality. You know, these rather than baked on the premises and all that, they probably had come out of a packet from Tesco's or something like that. But that's okay. We didn't expect that, so that was fine. So the sandwiches came quite quickly. The tea just kept coming. Ladies walking around with tea. Very, very pleasant staff. Lovely staff. It was a bit cold outside. Once we were on the boat and sitting down in our positions, it was quite warm and nice. It was not busy on there. I don't suppose the boat was even a quarter full, but it's big. The windows around it, the whole thing is glass, and you can see everything out and what have you. And we went up. We left Tower Pier and went down towards Westminster. I think when we got to Westminster Bridge, I think it was there that the boat turned around. And, of course, you see all the buildings, all the old buildings. There's St. Paul's, the Cheese Grater building, the Walkie Talkie building, all along that side. And then it turns around, and then you see Big Ben. You can't really see Big Ben at the moment because it's covered in scaffolding. If you're coming to London, if you're outside the UK, you're coming to this country to see Parliament and Big Ben and all that, then you won't see it at the moment because it's covered in scaffolding, and it will be for some time. I think possibly a couple of years because they're doing all sorts of work to that. So it turns around there, and then on the other side you see the Millennium Wheel, the Royal Festival Hall, Oxo building. My favourite building is Sea Containers. I love it. It's kind of lit up in like dark blue lights. It's beautiful. And that's next to the Oxo building. You see the Shard just before that, and carrying on various pubs along the riverbank and people's flats. And that's it. We didn't work out till right at the end that you could actually go upstairs. So as we were coming back towards Tower Bridge, we did go upstairs and sat at the top there and did some photographs, which you can find on my Facebook page, actually. Facebook.com/Chris Reardon UK is my Facebook. Have a look there and you can see some photos of yesterday. We stood up there, did some photos, did some video in, and then from there we got off, said thank you to everyone. It was really nice, ever so nice. It seemed to be like a bit like a gay boat on there. Well, we were the two only gay blokes on there. There was a couple of families, but a lot of gay girls on there yesterday, which were holding hands, which was I don't know why that was, whether it was a special rainbow day or something like that. So that was quite nice. And then we came out there, had a little look in the Tower of London shop. We've decided to go to the Tower of London at some point, so that's perhaps when it gets a little bit warmer, because we're right next to the Tower of London. We went into the Tower of London shop and had a little look around the knickknacks in there and upstairs at the toys and things like that. Then we had a little walk around and then we came home. So a lovely day was had by all. Now, I did, of course, do loads of videoing, but I got back last night and I'm having a look through this. And quite honestly, it's difficult. I found it very difficult to put it together. I first of all, while I was videoing, I'm kind of videoing, you know, as we're going past all these things, and it's the cameras on there, and it's going past these. I thought that would make a really good opening video, because at the moment, as you well know, the opening, the 5-minute countdown is all flowers. Well, we're in the middle of winter, and it's kind of not making sense, is it? because there's no flowers out there now. None. Only the winter roses. That's all I've got out there. So I thought that'd make a really good opening video. So I came up here last night, I think it was about 10 o'clock. I come up here and I spent 3.5 hours and it just didn't look right. It just did not. I was not happy with it at all, how it was looking. And eventually I gave up and went to bed. And that's why there isn't a video. That's why there isn't a video yet. I might have another go. It depends on time, really. I might have another go at doing one. But basically, it's just going along the river and seeing the various buildings. Perhaps you'd be happy with that. But there's not a lot of sort of interaction or anything else other than the buildings going along the Thames slowly like that. So I will have another go and we'll see how we get on. But I really wasn't happy with that last night. And, you know, if I'm not happy with something, it don't go out. And that's it. Talking of which, the lovely Heidi, who's with us this morning. Good morning, Heidi. Who sent in a tea-making video in reply to Chris in the USA, who sent one in yesterday. But she's already done one. But unfortunately, we couldn't hear her properly. It was all a little bit sort of very quiet voice. And you see, I can do a quiet voice. You wouldn't hear what I was saying, you see. You see, if I'm doing a quiet voice, it's very difficult to hear. So I'm always aware of how you need to be able to hear what's going on. So I think she's gonna have another go, little Heidi, and we'll see how the tea goes there. All right. So that was my day yesterday, and very nice it was too. Highly recommended. It's a nice afternoon now. The sandwiches are fine. The scones are fine. We had extra scones. I said, have you got any more scones? Yeah, no problem. She bought us some more scones. So we had sandwiches, we had scones, and we had the little cakes and endless tea. And it's very nice. So if you want to do that, I recommend it. City Cruises is the name of the company. I can't remember how much it is now. City Cruises. Let's have a look. City Cruises. And I think they do other stuff as well as afternoon tea. They do dinners. Here, I got some offers there. They do a dinner cruise. They do a Thames river cruise. All sorts of stuff there. Dinner cruises are up to 50% off at the moment. Where's the... let's see if I can find the afternoon tea. Let's have a look. Special events, ticket combinations. Oh, they do New Year's Eve as well. Gosh, look at that. It doesn't say. Oh, I can't say. Christmas Day lunch they do even. Gosh. I didn't know that. Afternoon tea. There it is. Afternoon tea, £16. 16 quid. That's not bad. That's on a it says from. What's that mean from? Why is it from? It's a super saver up to 50% off. Here we go. Book between now and the 31st of January and you get the offer of the super saver. £16. That's really good. Or you can have a window seat for £17. That's worth it. The normal price is £34. I think that's well worth it for 17 quid to go up the Thames. And I know the weather's not fantastic, but it's not cold on the boat. But it's something lovely to do in the afternoon. You get to the boat, I think it's about 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, that sort of time. You get on it and you go up and you're back in at the pier. It's 2 hours. 2 hours for 16 quid and sandwiches and cakeys and scones, all right? Well worth it. City Cruises, look it up. Okie doke. Let's just go back a little bit. Ants says lamb curry is good for colds. Oh, not those poor little lambs, Ants. They've only just come out of their mothers. You can't be eating those up yet, do you? Dead animals, love. Dead animals. Oh, awful, awful. Good morning to Ricky. There's no couch organ today. They've all gone. You're a bit late, to be honest, Ricky. There is no... What did I say? Organ auction. There are no couches available for auctioning today. We did it earlier. Do try and get here on time. I mean, we've been going for half an hour now, for Lord's sake. Come on, chop, chop. Good. Can me and you go and Ronnie goes for afternoon tea at the Ritz? No, we can't. I'm not taking you to the Ritz, Heidi. Are you serious, darling? How much would that cost? The Ritz? The Ritz? The Ritz, actually, I've not been to that one, but they say it's a little bit touristy. Not keen on that one. Touristy. Bit touristy. We've actually already looked for one for you, actually, and we're thinking one of the Hilton hotels. Is there one near you? Because they're all over, so we're thinking one of the Hilton hotels for you. If that's all right with you, Heidi. You don't pick and choose where you're going, love. Dear me, we choose that, or I do. Dear me. Ants wants one as well. They're queuing up to come to afternoon tea, aren't they? Good morning, Evan. Morning, Evan. Talked to this chap, Evan, on the phone a couple of days ago. What an interesting man. What a very fascinating, interesting man you are, sir. And I'm absolutely serious in that. I really enjoyed the conversation with you yesterday. Good morning to you. We are all well on this Friday. It's nearly my swimming time. Got to have my pills anyway. I'm 10 minutes late from my pills now. I might actually peg out while the show's on. What's nearest station to Harrods? Oh, Knightsbridge. You go to Knightsbridge Station, Adam. You come out of there, you walk into Harrods. It's that close. Like, you walk out the station, 5 seconds later, you walk into Harrods. But don't go scruffy. I can imagine what you're like during the daytime. Worst clothes, old tracksuit bottoms, grey hopefully. Huh? Dress up to go to Harrods, please. Thank you. There we are. My favourite building. Yeah, well, we'll see you down there. About time you came to the karaoke. I want to see you there tonight with your dad. All right, Adam, come to the karaoke tonight, and all these little messages you keep putting on Facebook will come true. They will come true. I know they will. Good. Good morning to... Oh, Adam likes apple turnover. Is that the one with the cream? Yeah, that's the one. Oh, yeah, now you're talking. Afternoon tea at the Delay in Aldwych. Oh, the Delay. Now, what's that? Is that a hotel? I'll have a look. The Delay in Aldwych. Right. Okay. Oh, okay. De Launay. Let's have a look at that one as well. It's my birthday in February, and I have asked Ronnie, my mate, for my birthday present, because what we do usually on my birthday and his birthday, we have Chris's day or Ronnie's day where that person gets to do whatever they want, within reason. I don't think he'd be very pleased if I said, well, we're flying to New York for the day. I don't think that's going to happen. But I have requested tea. This is the top one. Tea at Claridge's. Claridge's Hotel. That's the really posh one. Do you remember the programme on the telly? Even this jacket and shirt would probably not be good enough for Claridge's Hotel. I'll have to go and buy a suit. I wonder if I can still fit in the wedding one that I wore at my niece's wedding. Maybe I'll try and get in that one. Evan says, I'm a fellow of the Royal Astronomical Society, Burlington House in Piccadilly. Thank you. Has a astronomical library full of first edition for astronomers of old. Kim and I were in a versatile sweet shop. Oh, I should imagine you were. I do like the stars. Evan does all stuff to do with stars and planets and things like that. Beautiful. Do you ever look at stars and all that? I remember my little nephew, Jimmy, when he was like about 10 years old, 10, 12, something like that, 8, 9, somewhere between 8 and 12. And when I go up and see them, I used to work very late nights when I was DJing. I'd be working till 4 or 5 in the morning. I don't do that anymore. And so when I went up to visit them at 12 o'clock, I'm wide awake. So I used to go out for these night walks, and Jimmy used to come with us. And we used to walk back. And it was quite dark up there. They don't have any street lights. And you could see all the stars. And I'd explain to him, I'm very amateur when it comes to stars. But I know what the Plough looks like, and Orion, and a couple of other bits and pieces. And, of course, the moon. And can you see the man in the moon? If you look carefully. And he'd be looking like this, up like that. Oh, I had wonderful times. I found an old video of me and him, actually. I can't remember. I think I was waking him up. I'd gone into his bedroom in the morning to wake him up. I can't remember what the video was about now. And we were talking about something. And he's about 10 years old, I think. I'll dig it out. At some point, and it's funny how you look at this stuff now, and of course, great quality video came around 10 years later. So now, when you look at, it's not like looking at old black and white videos that look old. Videos of 10 years old still look new because you've already got the high definition, haven't you? And it's amazing how that happens there. Yes, please do, Evan. Please do send those to us. You might want to email them, I don't know. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. Chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk is my email address. Anne said the Delaney in Aldwych next to Waldorf Hotel. Waldorf Hotel as well, yeah. Waldorf Hotel. We're doing all these places at the moment because it's nice. It's nice. You're lucky, Evan, to have your hobby as your job. Well, I have as well to an extent. I have as well. I have my job, it was my hobby. The DJing, and then the karaoke, now the quiz nights and that sort of thing. Good. Okay, let's do today's birthdays, and then it's time to go, boys and girls. Happy birthday this morning to Doron Weisenberg, 46 years old today. Happy birthday, Doron. All right, have a lovely day, sir. Adam Showles is today 34 years old. That's a good age to be, sir. Adam Showles. Happy birthday, Adam. Michelle Carberry. How are you, dear? Long time no see. Happy birthday, Michelle. Dan Stedman. Morning, sir. Happy birthday, Dan. To James Darwin. Happy birthday, James. To Chris Ireland. If you ever go across the sea to Ireland. By the way, you may notice I haven't turned my light on there. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Watch. One moment, please. That's why. It's not very good with the light on, is it? Look at that. Look at that. Look. It's better with the light off. That's why the light isn't on there. Okay? That's what. Just in case you're thinking I'm being a bit tight and saving money on the batteries. No, it actually looks better with the light off. Just thought I'd mention that, just in case you were wondering. To Korin Heller. It does say you're 113 years old. I'm finding that difficult to believe, lovey. But happy birthday to you anyway. And Kirsty Pawley today is 39 years old. All those birthdays are according to your Facebook pages, boys and girls, okay? So I shall sing to you now, and then we'll do the final messages and disappear. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Lots of cake, gang. And if perhaps you're on the birthday on your own, there's nothing wrong with going out and buying yourself a birthday cake and sitting there and stuffing the whole lot long. But don't complain to me if you're as sick as a dog afterwards. All right? Good morning to Brendan Brady fan, you joined us a bit late this morning, who said, I would do something special for birthdays. It's only once a year. Go mad. Oh! You say go mad, Brendan, but I've been doing that for years. Good morning to Mark Cording. See you later, sir. And Gary Butler, my nephew, joins us right at the end of the show, Gary. Why is that? I know why that is, Gary. I know why you've joined us at the end of the show, because you're hoping to see yourself on the closing video. And indeed you will. Have a lovely Friday, boys and girls. Tonight, it's Friday night, so I'll be hosting Central Station Karaoke tonight at Central Station in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, London. Starts at 8:30 and goes right the way through until midnight, okay? Central Station Karaoke tonight, Central Station Bar, Wharfdale Road, King's Cross, London, N19SD for your sat-navs, starting at 8:30 and finishing at midnight. Enjoy your Friday. I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye-bye.